Cambodia may not be the main tourist destination for tourists. His speech is still inferior to other ASEAN countries such as Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore and Malaysia. But who would have thought, a country that borders directly with Laos, Vietnam and Thailand, has many tourist attractions that are not less riveting with other ASEAN countries. For those who are bored with mainstream tourist visits, try out 10 tourist attractions in Cambodia, while on vacation. The home of the famous Angkor Wat is unquestionably one of Cambodia's must-see places. No wonder, because this temple is one of the most beautiful relics of the Hindu kingdom in the world. Based on historical research, the temple is located in Siem Reap City, 350 kilometers from the Cambodian capital, Phnom Penh. It was built in the 12th century and has an area of 400 square kilometers. Apart from the main temple, Angkor Wat also has hundreds of smaller temples that surround it. Therefore, for tourists who visit, prepare about 4 hours to be able to see all of its contents. Angkor Wat only has one main door. To get to the temple, visitors must pass a long bridge that is directly connected to the main temple. Sihanoukville is Cambodia's answer to the backpacker beach towns of Thailand just across the Gulf. Although not an island nation, but there are a number of tourist attractions in Cambodia, in the form of beaches. One of them is this Sihanoukville. Even the tourists say, this place is like Cambodia's Bali. From Phnom Penh, we have to travel about 4 hours. But guaranteed not to regret it because the beautiful scenery, complete with white sand and waves of the Pacific Ocean. In Sihanoukville, there are several beaches that can be visited, namely Soka Beach, Independent Beach, Long Beach, Serendipity Beach and Otras Beach. The beaches are the place to be both day and night, with the establishments of Akutil offering loungers, and water sports aplenty. It's easy to see why the shoestring travelers love it too. Think cheap timber longhouses, and earthy guest houses, really old ruins at Sambar, and traditional craft markets on the water. But that's not all, because Kratie has also become famed as one of the top places to see the Cambodian river dolphin. Excursions to stalk these majestic mammals, in the Mekong leave from the docks every day. This city deserves to be one of the tourist attractions in Cambodia. The tourists are treated to various ancient buildings, that once belonged to the French when colonizing Cambodia. In addition, tourists can also have the opportunity to see a very rare dolphin, the Kratie dolphin. These dolphins only want to live in the Mekong River. Located deep in the jungles of northern Cambodia, the spot reigned as the capital of the mighty Khmer Empire for a measly 20 years. However, those 2 decades of glory still show, with elaborate stupas protruding from the canopies and the 1,000-year-old rises of the stepped Prasat Thom temples, soaring more than 30 meters above the ground. You'll also be able to see an elaborate array of fortifications dating from the 10th century, and crumbling ruins of shrines now almost entirely claimed by the roots of giant teak trees. In this city, tourists can take pictures with the background of magnificent buildings or statues, and temples scattered in this city. Unfortunately, this temple is very remote and access to it is quite difficult. With ancient artifacts from the 1600s, cultural performances by Khmer dancers, stone busts of Buddhist figures, full statues of Cambodian warriors, models of traditional Khmer houses, clothing and accessories worn by modern-day farmers, and more. The National Museum is a comprehensive representation of Khmer culture. Covering ancient times to present day, give yourself a few hours to absorb all of the information presented in the various galleries. The museum itself is gorgeous, built with dark red clay bricks and roofs that spirals toward the heavens. It is surrounded by a lush green garden providing areas to sit and shade to cool you down. There are also a few pagodas in the garden with gorgeous meditating Buddha statues. This gorgeous Buddhist temple represents the epitome of Southeast Asian culture. From the shiny golden roof to the monks dressed in bright orange, the silver pagoda brings everything you envisioned about Cambodia to life. Once approaching the entrance of the temple, you'll realize why this temple is called the Silver Pagoda. The floor is covered in 5,000 glittering silver tiles as a gift to Buddha. To protect these tiles, you cannot walk on them, but you can look. Head up the grand staircase, and you'll be led to the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, who is sparkling in 2,086 diamonds. As if that wasn't lavish enough, this Buddha sits next to an 80 kg bronze Buddha, a pure gold Buddha, and a silver gold Buddha, each with its own story to tell. Built in the 1860s, this opulent palace has since served as the royal residence in Phnom Penh, discounting a brief point of abandonment during the Khmer Rouge. On site, there are multiple golden temples and quarters, each more beautiful than the next. The entire complex sits riverside, where you can watch motorboats and paddle boats floating on by, and capture some great photos of daily river life in Phnom Penh. You'll get a chance to learn about the history of the royal family in Cambodia, and the history of Phnom Penh with the help of informational plaques and guide available on site. When you visit, dress appropriately for Buddhist culture. Women should cover their knees and shoulders while men should wear shirts with sleeves. Long Beach, the gorgeous white sand stretch as far as you can see, is on the other side of the mountain from Koh Toch Beach, and is certainly worth the voyage. The hike gets your heart pounding as it's a bit steep at times, but the bright green jungle scenery is so beautiful that you probably won't even notice. Once you arrive, cool off in the turquoise water, or grab a fresh fruit shake from one of the shacks on the beach. As the day nears the end, groups of people gather on the shore, to watch the sun set into a gorgeous orange and pink painting in the sky. There will be long-tail boats waiting to take people back to the main beach, if you don't want to brave the trail in the dark. The killing fields are emotional. It's not a pleasant experience or even an easy one, but if you want to grasp the reality of what happened here in Cambodia, you need to see it with your own eyes. These fields are where hundreds of thousands of men, women and children, were brought and killed. Their bodies were stacked in huge ditches in the ground, where their bones still remain. The large pits, with human bones and clothing sticking out from the ground, have not been staged for dramatics. In fact, when heavy rains fall on these fields, more and more bones tend to rise up out of the earth. Upon your visit to the field, you'll be given a headset that will guide you through painting the picture of the monstrous acts that happened here, with narration and personal stories from survivors. Walk silently and respectfully as you take it all in. It is not complete traveling in a country, but going home does not bring anything. For those who like to shop, and want to bring souvenirs in Cambodia, there is one place that is a tourist subscription, namely Thmey Market. In this large market sells a variety of goods, ranging from typical Cambodian souvenirs, clothing, shoes, accessories and even fruits and vegetables. The price is very affordable. So don't be surprised if when you visit here, the place is super crowded. Be careful with your belongings so that nothing unexpected happens.